Hello friends, so in this tutorial I will tell you how to write the shell script. So I'll cover the basic structure of the script, then I'll tell you the operators, then how to run a script, then the comments and the variables. So in this tutorial I'm gonna cover the first two parts, how to write a script, then the basic structure, how to run a script. I'll cover this one too and this, and for operators I'll create a new video, and the comments and variables I'll cover in the operators. Okay, so let's go through the sheet once. I'll put this in description section. So shebang, this is always the first line in the Unix shell scripting. So what it does is it will tell the interpreter which shell I'm using, whether I'm using shell script, whether I'm using bash script, whether I'm using Korn shell or Bourne shell. Okay, so the main usage, so it just gives the instructions to the interpreter that I'm using this shell. Okay, then we have different operators in Unix shell scripting. So we have, first one is our arithmetic operator. So using this you can add, subtract, multiply, divide, you can use modulus, assignment, equality, non-equality. Then we have relational operators. So this is -eq, this is for equal to, neq for not equal to, gt is for greater than, lt less than, then ge is for greater than equal to, le is for less than equal to. Then we have boolean operators. This is, first one is negation, this is logical negation, exclamatory sign. What it does is it inverts a true condition into false and false to true. Okay, -o is for or, logical or, here you can give one or more conditions, and this one is for and, logical and. So if both the operands are true, then only it becomes true, else it will becomes false. Then for string we have some operators. So we have equal to, then not equal to, -z. What it does is it will check whether the size is 0 or not. So it will return true if the size of the string is 0. -n is for non-zero. Okay, if the length of the string is non-zero, then it becomes true. Okay, next is str. So what it does is it check if the string is not empty. Okay, then we have this file operations. This is very much important and it will be used in mostly all the shell scripts which I have created. Okay, so first one is -b, this is for block special file, -c is for character special file, -d whether it will check if it is a directory or not, -f is for regular file, -g is for, it says the set group id. Okay, then -k is for sticky bit set, then -p is for named pipe, then -t is for descriptor, whether the descriptor is open and associated with a terminal. Hyphen is used for user id, this is same as group id for group, use -g for user -u. Then rwx is for the permissions. Okay, then -s, if the file size is greater than 0 it will print true, else false. Hyphen is for if the file exists. Okay, then we have these two comments. So first one is pound and second one is semicolon. You can use these two comments. This one is not supported by bash or sh. I think ksh supports this. Okay, so then we have variables. We have some special variables which are system defined, then we have user variables, then we have some environment variables. We'll go through it one by one. So special variables, like if you want to this one $0 will print the file name, and this is for $0 the number of arguments, parameters which you pass, and this is for all the params in double quotes, and this is for number of arguments passed to the script. I'm sorry, I made the mistake. Ments. Okay, this is one. This one is for process ID. Every shell is having some process ID, so whenever you give this, it will print the process ID of that shell. This will give you the last status of the command. So if it is 0, it means successful, and if it is giving some non-zero number, it means fail. Okay, this one is same as all the parameters, but in separate quotes, double quote. Then we have user defined variables, like you can give var a, b, c, all this. Okay, to use these variables you need to give $var, $a, $b. Okay, you need to prefix $. Then we have environment variables. So environment variables are basically some paths to give the environment of that shell. Like if you are importing any APIs, so you need to set the environment variable. You can set this in profile file, or you can set this environment variables in bash rc file. Okay, and how to run the script? There are two ways of running this. The first one is you will have to give -x. This one is for debugging purposes. When I run the script, I'll let you know. And this one is the simple one. Just give the sh and the file name. Okay, so now let's write our first script. Document hello world .sh. So first you need to give the shebang, so that interpreter will know which shell I am using. By default it is sh. Okay, now give echo, and I am printing hello world. Save this. Now run this sh, then give the file name. Okay, this is the output of this script. Now use -x. So this is the debug mode, so you'll get to know interpreter at which line. Okay, and this is the output of that line. Okay guys, so thanks for watching this video. Please like, subscribe and comment. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Thanks a lot.